Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Mark. In this video I wanted to talk about the challenges we face, especially right now, about staying on track, staying aligned. So if you have not already, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. You'll be notified when I release new videos. So we've moved into an energy now where it's very integrative. We're integrating, especially moving out of this recent full moon period, kind of strong and intense. A lot of ascension, physical symptoms, those types of things come up. But we are essentially in a space right now where we are to really focus on trusting. Okay. The outside world, what we're seeing with our senses, it's really deceptive. Okay, when we are awake and we know the ascension path, we know the truths, we know the higher frequencies, we have felt them, we've experienced them. When we look outside, we don't see validation of these frequencies. Okay, and we are in a period right now, a process of trusting. We need to learn to trust. We need to focus on anchoring in and creating space and separating from the movie that's playing out. It's kind of almost like a mirror type of universe. What we feel inside does not necessarily resonate with what we're seeing and hearing and experiencing externally. Now, we have a lot of dense energy that is up right now in the collective. This is, of course, affecting our energy field, and we feel this, and that's why we have resistance sometimes, because what we know is true and the truth within us, the higher frequencies, the new earth, the 5D, these are not being reflected out as one would expect. And that's the key right there, is that we are to not rely on what we expect, not to rely on expectations. In order to manifest these frequencies out, we need to anchor into them and we need to trust. We are in a dimension where we are separated by time and space. So essentially, my Pleiadian guide was just talking to me about this the other day, about how what we're seeing when we look out, or what we're experiencing, is really a version of the past. So we're experiencing remnants of energy that are active in our field so that we can become aware of it and heal it, integrate it, raise its frequency. And we need to focus on these energies. We need to feel the feelings and emotions. And a lot of times that may just be frustration or maybe some anxiety with perceiving something that just doesn't feel right to us. You know, what we're seeing happen in our external reality. Maybe we're feeling like the same situations keep coming up, and we know that we are in tune with a greater reality, yet why aren't we seeing it manifest out? Okay, and that's because we are being called inward to trust. Now, our soul is going to continue to show us these frustrations or these scenarios, these events in our external reality, because it wants us to get into that place of trust. It wants us to anchor into the present. Okay, because again, everything we're seeing is old programming, which represents the past. You are literally seeing the past and experiencing the past. When we are guided by our soul, because we're not seeing or experiencing what we feel like we should be, because we have touched those higher frequencies, we have felt those higher frequencies, but yet we're not seeing it externally. We're being shown to go inside. Now, as we go inside and we anchor into the heart, and we detach from what we're experiencing externally, we collapse timelines. We literally start to raise our frequency up, and as we do this, it's like we're pulling upward on the timeline, and it starts to fold together. Okay, so when we do this, it's like a good example is if you had a string laying out on a table and you grab the string in the middle with your thumb and your finger, and you start to lift it up, what happens? Both sides of the string that's on alternate sides of your thumb and finger, as you lift it, fold together. They come together, right? Into one, don't they? So when we raise our frequency and we collapse the timelines, and we can think of that string is the past and the future, okay? Because we're grabbing it in the middle and lifting it. The past and the future on either side starts to come together, all right? And when that happens, we now have a higher perspective. We have a perspective that allows us to see time in a different way. We can see the past, we can see the future. It kind of all comes together into the now moment. It's like we collapse it all into the present. Okay, so it becomes the present. The past and the future now becomes the present. Okay, and when we can do that, the higher frequencies that we are aligned with start to manifest out, and we can perceive them because we're not looking out through the wobble or the thickness of the density of the lower frequency timelines. Okay, because when you're driving down a road at night and it's foggy, you got your headlights on, you can't see more than a few feet in front of the car, right? So when we stay in that dense, foggy frequency, those lower frequencies that wobble our energy field, that's what we experience, and we can't get a sense of this new earth and these higher frequencies that are manifesting or integrating into us to be manifested out. So when we can go inside and we can anchor in and we can detach from what we're seeing and know that we're looking at the past, we can raise our frequency and we breathe with this energy. We allow it the space to be able to integrate into our body, into our cells. Our frequency rises, the timeline starts to collapse, and we find ourselves more in the present. Now, when we can feel and charge those higher frequencies, the new earth frequencies, the 5D frequencies, they will start to manifest. And they're going to manifest in a way that we might not expect. And again, that's another function of detaching from the timeline. Because if we're looking for things externally from a lower frequency pattern or dense energy, things are going to manifest out in a similar way. We need to free ourselves from those expectations and get aligned, get anchored inside, raise our frequency, and just allow it to be. Feel. We need to cultivate and expand these frequencies within the heart. And as we do that, it expands our energy field, and that lens that we are looking out through will start to perceive these frequencies because it will move beyond the dense energy. And now when you're feeling things, they are going to start to manifest out in a new way that you may have never even fathomed could even happen. And that's the beauty of moving up into these 5D frequencies. So I hope this video helped you guys. If you're experiencing this, please leave a comment below. Hit that like button if this video resonated with you. Again, if you have not already, please subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. And until next time, love and light.